It's been over a year with the Toyota Tundra, and I want to let you know if I made a bad decision or if it's been a great decision. This is my 2018 Toyota Tundra Limited, and I picked this up a little over a year ago, and I've already put over 30,000 miles on it. Over the years, I've owned a Dodge, I've owned a Chevy, I've owned a Ford, and I wanted to dip my toes into the Toyota market because I know they're great vehicles, but is it too much truck for what I need? I've always found a use for trucks growing up, and I've pretty much always had one in the fleet, or, it would be very short breaks in between I'd have a truck. And I always bought my trucks with cash, $5,000-$6,000 trucks, and they would last a little while, but then they would break down and become a headache, and I would fix them, and we made a lot of content on repairs and upgrades on the Chevy and all this stuff. But I wanted to kind of future-proof myself with the Toyota reliability, and the Tundra just seemed like the best option. So a little over a year ago, I came across this 2018 limited Toyota Tundra with 114,000 miles on it. The market was absolutely nuts on these trucks, and the Toyota tax is a real thing, but I gotta tell you, I think I made the right decision. I wanted a truck that would handle all of my business ideas. At the time, we were exploring the thought of towing an RV so we could rent it out for a side business, which we have accomplished, and we've been using the truck with that with great effect. And if you guys have been watching the Dollar to Datsun series, we've been buying a bunch of abandoned storage units, and we could not do it without the truck and the little utility trailer that I share with Nick. We also wanted a humongous back seat, which is completely filled with crap right now, for any car seats to start a family in the future. We also wanted a vehicle that could keep up with the abuse. Yes, this is a limited truck. This is technically a very nice truck, but as you can see, I do a lot of work with it. The back seats are constantly filled up with contents. The back is always filled. We're always towing either a utility trailer or the 32-foot RV, or I guess you would call it a travel trailer. So this truck is always working for us, and it's always making us money along the way. Some of my favorite features on the truck has to be the 5.7 liter V8, which they've been using for quite a long time and have perfected it. I'm also a massive fan of the blue color that this comes in. It comes in like 3 different types of blue. One's like a baby blue or like a dusty blue. The other one's voodoo blue, and then there's this, which is called the blazing blue pearl. I also love the towing capacity of this truck, and the turning radius is very, very tight. It's probably the tightest turning radius truck that I've owned so far. I don't know if there's better ones on the market, but as far as my own personal experience, it has been very, very good with getting in and out of small spaces, even though this truck is absolutely massive. I'm also a huge fan of the headlights. I love the day running lights. I think they're iconic, they're really good, and I think they're very modern looking. And also the reliability is a shoo-in. We've already talked about it. That is a definite pro. Let's talk about some cons, because you can't have a pro list without a cons list. Obviously, gas mileage is the biggest thing. This bad boy gets about 10 to 15 miles to the gallon. We did get like 16 to 17 miles on a long trip down to Florida. It was all highway driving. So, that's pretty good. But around the city, it's probably about 12, 13 miles to the gallon. Also, that kind of ties in with one of the pros I forgot, and that is that this has a 38-gallon gas tank, and there are some that only have 28-gallon gas tanks, and people complain all the time that they're constantly stopping for gas. And here's the thing. When I started filling this thing up, I was only putting 28 gallons of gas in it when I would run it down to empty. So I was like, why is it 28 gallons? Did I actually get a 28-gallon fuel tank? But it's actually 38 gallons, but the reader stops. It shows that empty when when it still has 10 gallons left. So you still have, over 130 miles in the tank when you're in, did I say that right? What did I say that? 10? Yeah, 130 miles before you pretty much run out of gas completely after you hit empty. It just took me a couple times filling up to realize that. And also, a lot of people have that same fear. They go online and they're like, hey, I filled up. It keeps going to 28 gallons. Did I get a 28-gallon tank? No, you just have a lot of extra fuel left. Also, the paint is a little bit on the, I don't know if you want to call it the weaker side or the softer side, but this does develop scratches pretty easily. And this was my own blunder, but an egg actually fell on my hood from a nesting bird, and it stayed out in the sun for 2 days and it completely took the paint off. That was my own fault. I didn't know how acidic egg yolks were, and especially leaving them out in the sun, but I was busy, I was running around, I totally forgot about it. So if you ever get an egg stuck on your car, wash it off immediately. But that's not the only thing. This develops scratches very easily, and I don't know if that's just because it's a newer vehicle and I'm just not used to how easily things scratch because I'm always having older vehicles or whatever. But the paint is definitely something that I'm aware of and I'm more cautious about. So, but look at that flake. The flake is so nice. Also, another pro I didn't really talk about was the interior. I love the interior quality. Nothing creaks, nothing rattles. Everything's completely rock solid, and I love this interior. It's my favorite interior I have. The infotainment system is nothing too special. The GPS sucks, and it's just not that great of an infotainment system, but I don't care about that. Coming from older vehicles, I really don't put a price tag on technology. I just don't care. This is turning into a little bit more of a yap session than like a very structured video, but that's just kind of how I roll. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, go for it. Also, another massive reason why I chose the Tundra, and this isn't even a lie, this was a huge reason why I wanted this truck. Oh yeah. So I have to say, over the last year, I've been very, very pleased with my purchase of the Tundra. It's taken everything that I've thrown at it. I've had driving off-roading up mountains, towing thousands of pounds, being reliable for my reselling business and for the RV business, and giving me the confidence to take my family around in comfort. And I don't think I'm getting rid of this truck anytime soon. This might be on the channel for quite a long time, barring a black swan event. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.